Because I was so small in technology and they were so big as a company. Hard. So I had an evil plan, and what I did, I learned web development to build a website for them. So what happens? One fine night, 3 a.m., my dad opens my room and I'm making a website. And he says, "What are you doing this time?" I said, "I'm making a website." He said, "Have they ordered you?" I said, "No, they don't even have an idea I'm building a website for them." So then he says, "How the hell do you know that they will take it?" I said, "That's what I believe, because I'm the best. I'm going to make something which they can't refuse." So that was my own belief in myself. And I built that website. I went to BrainNet's office. My dad dropped me. There were no mobile phones. He said, "I'll pick you up after 2 hours." And I'm sitting with this receptionist and I'm asking him, "Please get me to the CEO of your company." He says, "Do you have an appointment?" I don't even know what is an appointment. I thought there is some kind of a card or a pass or something, or some high level, access code or something. I don't even know about it. And he says, I went out and I asked someone that, "Where does the CEO passes from?" He says, he'll pass from here. "How does he look like?" He says, gives me a circular or something. There was his photo, Dr. Shahid Alvi. His photo. I'm 18-year-old. I have no one to guide me. I don't even have enough money to go back home on myself, right? But I'm here to barter free internet for me for life. And they don't know why I'm there. So what happens is that the receptionist didn't pass my message. I kept on sitting until Dr. Shahid passed by, and I holded his hand and, "Sir, I need 2 minutes from you right now." He says, "What is it?" I said, "I have a website for you in this floppy, and please have a look at it." He says, "Give it to this technical guy." I said, "No, sir, you have to see it right in front of me." He says, "Okay." He puts the floppy in. He says, "You go out, I'll call you." After 5 minutes, door opens, comes out. "ये आपने बनाई है?" It was like, "Yes, मैंने अंदर आ जाए, अंदर आ गया, यहाँ बैठे." And then he calls Singapore to his brother, Amjad Alviza. And Amjad says, "Oh, fantastic, he uploaded the website of brain.net.pk/new." And Amjad says, "It's fantastic, there is a competition going on in Singapore for the best ISP website, and we're going to participate in it. And you ask this guy how much he's going to charge us to further improve and add the different bits in it." And he asked me, "How much would you charge?" I said, "I won't charge you anything. I just need free internet." And my father was really shocked and impressed when I came back and I showed him, "I have a login and a password to unlimited access to internet now. This is my belief. I saw it 2 days ago. I pursued on my own without asking, without seeking help. It was my belief that I'll convince them to give me a free internet to people who I never know, who don't know me at all." So this is where I started my career from. So maybe I didn't make money out of it, but then I made a lot of money with them, because they told me that, "Can you go and set up internet in people's home?" And I said, "Yes, you charge 2,000 rupees. So there was a net to phone at that time, launched, then internet in a box and all those too. So I used to go and install internet. We used to charge 2,000 rupees just to make their dial-up networking work. So there was that golden time too. Right? What happens is, I go back with the internet password, and then I sleep again. I don't do the changes they have asked. Because I have so much distraction on internet. explore. And then I figured out, someone told me HSN कॉलेज के 2 बच्चे जो है ना वो ब्रेन की नई वेबसाइट बना रहे हैं, which is going to replace your website. And now I was like, no, I'm going to give them something they can't refuse. This is a competition I created on my own. I don't even know those guys. I don't even know their skills. I don't know what they're going to do. But I want to be ahead of everyone. I don't want anyone to reach near me. And that is when I wrote a word processor, because I actually was a photographer at that time. I used to, because I learned calligraphy, and I wrote different fonts. So my dad has a CAD CAM company where we had plotters and engraving machines. So you send them data into, they print those plates which are put on the power plants. So I wrote a font already, which was used by Hapco for all their panels, in Urdu. So and now I knew that, okay, there is a font. All I need is to actually put it in a word processor and compose the content. And then I started learning how to build a word processor. And thanks to internet, I actually figured out how to do it. And I wrote my first Urdu word processor, which was actually made on a code written for Hebrew, because Hebrew actually also is the same way it's written. So I launched the BrainNets website in Urdu for the first time. And not only that, I also used they were portable fonts, that is Bitstream technology, just launched, and I actually transformed my, there was an ActiveX you install, and your web page automatically, there was no security on Internet Explorer at that time. So automatically your web page will accept ActiveX, it will restart, and the font is running. You don't have to install or do anything. There was clever technology. So this font came online, and this was the first script which we written. उर्दू है जिसका नाम हम जानते हैं दाग, सारे जहां में धूम हमारी जुबान की है. ऐसा एक, this changed my life, because I didn't knew what I was building was something has never been done even in Arabic. Even in Arabic. And Arabic was much bigger market than you can imagine in Urdu. So there was editor in Washington Post. He was a Pakistani guy. He used to read news on Nation, which was hosted on Brain's website. So he came one fine day on the BrainNets website, and they say it's like Urdu, and he clicks on Urdu, and then he contacts the Brain management that I need to contact this guy who's done it, because you don't know, he needs to be featured, and he has done something which is non-existent to the world. And that is when the whole thing started. I was featured on CNN, BBC, Voice of America, Washington Post, Fox News, there's so many other. And then Voice of America actually faxed, there was a days of fax. They faxed all the local newspapers in Pakistan, and they said to monitor their news. There's something news, some big news about Pakistan. And the very next day, the 24th of June, all the newspapers of Pakistan, the front pages were having main headline with my name that I did something big for the country and for the world. And interestingly, very interesting part here, that was my 20th birthday.
Oh, nice.
So the prediction of my mom's aunt that one of her son would be global when he turns 20 comes true right on the same day, which was on my birthday. And unfortunately, she passed away 6 months ago. She couldn't actually see her own prediction work. Otherwise, she would have been, in demand.
Amazing.
So the things didn't end there. I kept on working on language. I wanted to build a further Nastaliq font. I figured out there was some work done by Linotype, and there is some calligraphy done by Nafis Rakam.